Hey guys, welcome back to Ghoulin Around, the show where we talk about all things horror. And yes, we're still alive, conveniently for us.
Barely.
Yeah, so sorry about the hiatus. We've been having technical and personal issues that we have all sorted out, and so we're hoping to get back on track. So this is kind of like a little like, hey guys, we're still here, and also
We're still alive.
We're still alive. And as you can see, we're joined by our special guest from a while ago,
Hello.
Daniel George.
What's up, you
And
guys?
I am, as always, Jason Massey. And
Joanne Massey.
Yeah.
How come
So,
I'm not Massey?
Yeah.
And we have mosquitoes all over our house.
Fucking I hate mosquitoes. That'll really timestamp it. Well, we're going to release this like
Let's make
right
this
now.
podcast about mosquitoes and how much we hate them.
We could talk about Mosquito the movie. Did you ever watch it?
There's a mosquito movie?
Yeah, there's like a series where a dude turns into basically a giant mosquito. Like a man mosquito. Have you ever seen that?
Like the fly?
No. It's different.
Well,
All right.
obviously it's different because it's a different bug, but I mean like it's like similar to the
Is
fly.
it horror related?
Yes. It's basically like the fly in that throughout the movie he starts off as a normal guy and then slowly turns into a mosquito, and then the last like 30 minutes is like him going on a rampage. Like there's literally a scene that this was the first scene of the movie I saw because it was on TV and I was bored and it was 2 a.m. in the morning and I was scrolling through the channels and it said mosquito on sci-fi or some shit, and I clicked on it, probably thinking that was going to be like one of those sci-fi movies where the graphics are all shit, but it was actually pretty good looking. Like it literally opened up and the dude was in like a parking area, and a dude was walking around and he just comes up behind him and sticks his like giant nose in the guy and starts draining him, and I was like, what the fuck?
How are like the graphics on the nose?
It was pretty like
Or like
gruesome.
CGI, I guess.
It was all practical. Like
See,
he
I
had
was
like the
thinking-
giant stout and he just walks up, grabs the guy and sticks
See, I was
him.
thinking like when I hear that, I think of like Birdemic and like the terrible
Yeah,
CGI in that,
yeah.
and like I think it would be something
That's
like
what I
that.
thought it was going to be because it was on sci-fi, and a lot of sci-fi movies are like that. On the sci-fi channel, not the sci-fi genre.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, when you said the mosquito, I was thinking like South Park.
Oh, yeah. No,
I
no,
was like, there's a mosquito in South Park.
no. Talk about the horde.
What's Stan's superhero character name? Is just the mosquito? It's because he's a mosquito and he has like
Yeah.
ketchup packets on him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the mosquito.
Is it just the
I
mosquito?
think it's
Yeah.
just the mosquito.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was fun to play as in the Stick of Truth, not Stick of Truth,
Fractured butthole.
Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what we were originally going to talk about. So, this is kind of like this video is going to be like a two-part thing. Like, number one, announcement that like, hey, we're still going to make shit, and we're still going to do shit. And then
We just got to get our shit together.
which we
Are doing.
hopefully do. And then two-part, we're going to talk about a movie that we all recently watched, and we're going to discuss it. Ooh-wee, I can't wait to get that. Do you want to introduce the movie?
Okay, so I guess I'll introduce the movie because it was my fault. We all watched
Yeah.
it.
You literally
Well,
came up
besides
there
you, I don't know why you
I watched it just because I was bored, and like we had at Spirit, we had a costume that was like almost exactly like his costume.
Yep. I
So
remember seeing it.
we were just completely ripping off him. So like I was like, I might as well watch it, and yeah.
So a guy down at work was like showing me pictures of clowns, and so he showed me the picture. What are you pointing at?
My little son is like right in the corner.
Oh, you're right.
My little son t-shirt.
You from the last video.
Well,
Okay.
no, like my little son's right there.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Anyways, leave that in.
one of the guys down at work was showing me pictures of clowns, and he thought that this clown was really creepy looking, and it was the Terrifier. So we watched the Terrifier.
He is pretty creepy looking.
Yeah.
And I really liked that he was silent the whole time.
I never realized that until Jason brought it up. He's like, oh, he's more like a mime. And just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
That kind of is a lot more terrifying when you think about it. Because like just like someone murdering you without saying a single word. And
Even
just,
when
like,
he
making-
gets stabbed
Yeah.
or anything.
And like, he was shot. No, he wasn't shot. No, yeah, he was shot. Was
No,
he shot?
he wasn't
No, he
shot.
wasn't shot.
He shot someone.
That scene was, we're going to talk about that scene later. That scene was so funny.
Alright.
Was he shot?
Lean like down.
I thought he had,
How did he die? How did he got shot? He got shot by the cops.
Yeah. No, he shot himself.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I knew he was shot at one point.
I'm gonna edit this out, but no, you're wearing the wrong shirt. In the middle of the video, I'm gonna like have it all of a sudden switch to you're wearing that shirt.
Why are we editing this out? This is raw content right here.
You're wearing the wrong
We can do
shirt.
more
This
views.
is going
by,
in the blooper reel.
We can do more. We can get more views by showing me shirtless.
Your little nubbin boot. Alright, there you go.
Cat little doggy.
Little doggy.
Doggy. Alright.
Okay, so what did you guys think about the acting?
Well, do we have to discuss the shooting? Because I just overread that.
What?
What?
The shooting?
Yeah, like the whole gunshot thing. Because
We
at
were
the
just
same
debating
time,
whether
I was
he got shot or
him
not.
to switch shirts.
We were just debating whether he got shot or not.
Alright.
And then we decided yes he did, but he shot
Yes,
himself.
he shot himself.
So that's
Because
finalized.
remember,
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came back to life at the end, which was.
Oh
really
wait,
fucking
we gotta
sick.
kind of give a plot. So what was the real plot of
There
it?
was no plot.
I know.
So
It was
it's not
literally.
really a
It was
plot.
literally just. It was Halloween. 2 girls were at a party. Went to go get some greasy food because they were both drunk. And then a creepy clown dude came. And then the stupid drunk blonde was like messing with him and being super rude. By the way, like I know he was staring at him being creepy, but like she was super rude, being like getting on his lap and like taking selfies and like it's like no, you'd be honestly like any drunk blonde would be terrified in that.
Mhm.
Like I would be terrified. I'd leave that diner right away.
Because like he literally walks into the pizzeria that they're at, and he has this giant like black bag of random
Which is full
shit.
which is full of what we learn later is weapons.
Yeah, it's like they're like party weapons.
I
that
see.
he
I
made.
thought it was body parts at
Yeah,
first.
I thought it was
gonna
a
be.
body.
See, I thought when he left, they were gonna look in the bag
Yeah,
because
it was gonna
like
be a body.
that's what she was like staring at, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like when the pizza guy when he kicked because he got kicked out. I feel like
Yeah.
when the pizza guy like grabbed the bag and threw it at him, I feel like he would have like
jingled.
he would have heard jingle of knives and also like he had that like swing thing with like the blades on it where he just like was whipping her.
Yeah, it was a whip made out of scissors.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like I would cut the bag. I feel like all the stuff in that would have cut the bag.
Yeah,
And
also in the movie, like when he's dragging around, like he like makes it look heavy and all that shit. And obviously it would be heavy since it has all these
Yeah.
metallic weapons. But when the pizzeria dude grabs it, he throws it like it has foam in it. Like he's just like, Ugh.
no jingle either.
Yeah.
Like
It's
he had a
pretty
saw
sure
in
that
there.
would've been
He had a
heavier.
lot of metal objects in there that would have like jingled.
Yeah.
Yes, there's lots of holes in that story.
But
It's not,
it was also not a movie that you were watching for the plot.
no.
It was more
It
of
was
a movie.
that you watch and you realize, what the fuck am I watching?
It was more of a movie you saw, were curious about, and then watched it, and then just watched it for the kills.
And then realized you were mistaken.
I did even know how improbable it was. The kill where he sawed her in half,
Mm-hmm.
because, you can't saw through that pelvis
Yeah.
with that saw.
And she went all the way down to the chest, and
Yeah.
she was still wiggling around. I'm like,
I
you
was
would be dead.
I was honestly getting I was just like, just die already, like, shut up, like, because
Yeah.
she was, like, still, like, screaming, and it was, like, at this, right here, I feel like she would have bled out already. Like, she
Yeah.
would have passed out from the pain and blood. Like, because she's literally getting her cooch sawed in half. Like,
Yeah.
that's, like, anybody's worst nightmare.
Yeah, so there's this kill in the movie where he hangs the one of the girls upside down.
The drunk girl that was messing with him.
Yeah, and he basically strips her naked and then saws her in half, starting at her vag and then going down
While her friend watches.
while her friend watches, and he has her strapped to a chair watching. And it gets it's so outrageous. It's so fucking outrageous.
really, really bad. And then, like, on top of that, like, her friend's sitting there, like, watching it, like, screaming, or trying to scream, because she's got her mouth duct tape. And, like, if you were sitting there watching your best friend, like, get sawed in half and, like, guts and shit going everywhere, like, wouldn't you be, like, throwing up or passing out?
I feel like she would have...
She's just sitting there like, no!
Because she...
Oh, no!
She had just eaten the pizza. Pizza does not stay down if you get upset
No.
like that. Like, your friend is literally being sawed in half. Like, she would have puked, suffocated in the vomit, and then died. So...
Well, I mean, she ends up dying anyway. Spoiler.
In a pretty funny fact. Well, it was... So okay, I'm gonna talk about her for a second. I hated her friend, but I liked her until she started taunting him.
Yeah.
So she literally had him on the floor, and she had the weapons, and like she was like, but she kept just like, get up, come on, and he was all hurt, and he stabbed her right before like
He stabbed her.
He stabbed her
times.
like multiple times.
Yeah.
But she also stabbed him and hit him a lot too.
Yeah.
Like
She could have killed him.
Yeah, but
Easily.
like I did
half
like
the movie is someone had him down on the ground and could have killed him but didn't.
yeah
Even
it
the
was
janitor.
Yeah.
oh yeah janitor. I felt he was just doing his job.
Yeah.
It was pest control.
Yeah.
Oh, pest control. That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
He was just doing his job, man. Like, if you think about it, if he wouldn't have let them into the bathroom, that entire the girl's sister wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
So, like, in the movie, they get all creeped out from the dude in the diner after, like, he literally, like, makes a mess in the bathroom. I don't think they saw that, though.
No.
But, like, the guy screams at him for making a mess.
And kicks
What
him
he
out.
did in the bathroom was just, like, smear shit all over the walls and everything like that. So they went to their car. Tires were slashed, obviously, from him. And they called the girl's sister, not the dumb one, but the actual.
I don't remember any.
I don't remember their name either.
The black
black-haired one.
lady.
I'm just gonna black-haired lady and blonde.
Yeah,
Yeah.
black hair and blonde hair.
Yeah, and the
So-
black hair calls her sister. Her sister's showing up, but
Her
they have
sister's-
some
her
time
si-
to kill.
Her sister is.
Her
is-
sister did not deserve anything. that
No.
happened to her.
No.
Like she was just studying for her midterms, and then her.
And got annoyed by her
If it
roommate
wa- it
making
was-
out with her.
It was her
boyfriend.
roommate's fault. Her roommate could have easily like walked out and
Yeah.
like gone made out with the dude somewhere else.
And that was the whole reason she was like, "Fine, I'll come pick you up."
Yeah.
And then the black-haired girl needs to use the restroom, so she walks up to the apartment building or whatever they're next to.
The pest control guy is there, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and
I
he
can't let."
reluctantly lets him in after she's like, "I'm gonna fucking piss myself, alright?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "Fine, come on." And then that's when the blonde girl gets kidnapped and then subsequently sawed in half in front of her. And then, spoiler alert, the pest control dude dies. She dies.
Unfortunately, that was written from the lip too. He
Yeah.
was just doing his
Just a
music,
normal
spraying
Joe.
his poison.
Yeah. He was literally just listening to music and like doing his job. And I was like, man, like, you don't deserve this.
He was nice too. Like he wasn't supposed to let her in because it's not her
like,
building.
It
but
wasn't like most horror movies where like the dude doing his job is like a complete dick and is like.
it
"No,
was
I
like
can't
an
let
actual
you
like
in."
real life situation with the dude probably like the black haired girl was pretty cute. So
Mhm.
like cute girl walks up to you and it's like, can I use the
like,
bathroom? It's like not
yeah.
supposed to, but like I'll make an exception, you
Yeah.
know, and that
Yeah, and then shit happens.
kind of ended up getting her tortured a little bit.
Mm,
So
yeah, her kill though was so outrageous when he like shot her in the face. So how she dies is she's taunting the dude. She has the clown dude down on the ground. He's hurt and she's taunting him. And he pulls out a gun and shoots her in the face.
he was faking like being in pain. Well, he for sure was in pain just because, but like
Yeah.
he just like stops being in pain and he's just like and like turns around and shoots her. Goes up to her face, shoots her like 5 other times in the face and then just walks away. But like I felt bad for her sister seeing her like the black-haired sister's face,
Yeah.
seeing like her face like that.
hmm Dude, he shot her a lot in the face.
To be fair, if you were a serial killer clown, you would probably shoot somebody in the face if they managed to like stab you a bunch and like hit
Yeah.
you and hurt you.
But he like shoots her in the face and like the entire
He just
movie.
stares at her and then
Yeah.
shoots her again.
The entire movie, it like sets up. So most horror movies have like the whole final girl scene where like from the beginning of the movie you follow this girl and then like at the end like they're the last ones alive
But
or
it
whatnot.
changes.
But it changed because like this movie had me thinking that the black hair girl was going to be the main girl. She dies, and then I'm like,
So now
Alright, so who's
the
the main
new
girl?
the new black-haired girl we will be referring to will be the original black-haired girl's sister because
yeah,
we can't remember their names.
yeah, because we
Ca-
didn't, we weren't invested enough. in
Yeah.
it. But yeah, so she gets shot a lot, dies like in the face. Like he shoots her like 12 times in the
Yeah.
face, and then the final girl, because she's the only one.
So the
left
final
alive
girl
at this
comes
point.
up, sees the car, sees how it is, and then goes into the building. Did the guy let her into the building too?
No, she just snuck
She
in.
just snuck in.
Yeah,
So-
because the clown texted her saying, "Go
Oh
around
yeah,
back."
Yeah,
from
come around.
we're inside. Yeah, come around. So like the clown steals her phone, texts her saying come around back. She goes around back, goes to the garage, which is where this all took place. Hold on, we need to bring up one important detail. There's another person in that garage. There's that
Oh, the
crazy
homeless
lady,
chick?
the homeless
Homeless
chick,
chick,
Yeah.
yeah.
who like did nothing.
Which caused one of the funniest scenes in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That
So
was
there's
great.
this homeless chick that I have no idea what the fuck the point was. Like, it had like this whole subplot thing that I don't think they needed. Like,
Yeah,
there
it
was this
was like-
weird subplot between the homeless chick and the clown. Like, this whole. All right.
And now it's gonna get loud.
Professional.
And now it's gonna get edited out.
Hush.
Get him, Chapel. When I listen to this, Chapel is gonna break my ears. 'Cause when I edit, I always I put my earbuds in, and that's how I edit and all that shit. When that happens, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, we're filming. We need to install a red light outside that says
Recording.
we're filming,
Yeah.
like a lot of places have. If the light's on, we're recording.
We're in the middle of filming, Mom. We're filming. Shush. Back that way.
Hey, Rocky.
Take the dogs in the other room.
We'll get distracted by him.
Yeah. I no doubtedly would.
Okay, back to the crazy lady.
Back to the crazy lady.
What the fuck are you whining about?
So the crazy lady.
Yeah, so, Eddie Beckett. Alright.
Can we that's exactly where it goes.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the crazy lady. So the crazy lady and the clown have this weird connection where she acts like his mom for
Yeah.
some reason. Like
I
there's
did
one
not
scene where-
understand that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, did they know each other?
No.
They did not. But he started sucking his thumb.
Yeah,
and
there's
stuff.
the one scene
Yeah.
where so
It was weird.
the first time you meet her, you learn that she's crazy because she's coddling her daughter, but it's
That's
a
a
plastic
doll.
doll. And in one scene, the clown learns of her existence, and then of course wants to torture her. So he steals her plastic doll
Yeah.
baby, and he is sitting in the middle of a underground way or passageway or some shit. And he's
She
just
sees
sitting
them,
there.
right? Like
Yeah.
not the homeless lady, but the girl sister. Like she sees them, right, in that little hallway thing.
No.
I know she ran away from him in that hallway,
Yeah, but
but that's
he's-
where they were.
Yeah, but he's sitting there holding her baby, and sucking his thumb, and she walks up and starts coddling.
Oh yeah,
him.
it's like all you needed was a mother, and
Yeah, and she
is
starts
saying stuff
holding
like that.
him
Yeah,
and rubbing his head. I'm like,
And
what
he's-
the fuck are you doing?
he starts doing that
Yeah.
thing with his thumb. I thought it was. I kind of like that scene just because
It was so out of place.
it felt like he 100% was just fucking with her.
Yeah.
Like
You learn that he was fucking with her because in the next scene,
he's wearing her chest
yeah.
and
so,
her hair.
and her hair.
So you learn this later, but he disguises himself as the girl's sister, the first one that got killed. So when we say the girl's sister, now we mean the original girl.
Yeah, the
that we
original
thought
girl.
was going to be the final girl.
Black hair number 1.
Black hair number 1. But yeah, so he disguises himself as her by scalping the homeless woman. So he has her hair and cutting off her entire chest, so he has her tits on
Yeah.
him, and he runs around naked at this point.
With his-
And there's one
with his
scene
dick, tucked between his
Yeah,
legs.
but because that with his dick tucked in, he has walk in the
Yeah, he was all.
Yeah, it's after that, every
Sounds
time,
William.
Yeah.
every time he chases her, he walks around all
I love how he had his
fancy.
hands up too.
Yeah. He was just having fun.
I was glad he was having a good time, but let's talk about how she found him. Because she thought because she cut off her hair too.
Yeah.
So he was wearing her hair as a wig and her chest.
And
so
he was laying down,
and he covered
on the
himself.
ground.
So you could see the boobs and you could see the hair. So
So the
You didn't
girls-
think it was a clown, but
So the new final girl runs up and she thinks it's her sister. So she's like, "Oh my God, sister, you alright?" And then it turns out to be the clown. And
Yeah.
she starts chasing him, and
very, very slowly.
very, very slow.
Also, he knew where she was. I forgot why he
'Cause the
like
janitor.
because the janitor came down.
Because the janitor's buddy showed up.
Oh, and looking for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Because he texted him saying like he needed help.
yeah. So then he goes down there, kills the janitor's buddy. So now we have
Poor guy.
final
There are
girl.
two innocent by there. Well, I guess there.
Lots of innocent
There's a lot of innocent.
Because
The only one.
he also killed the pizzeria dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did he kill both of them?
Yeah, he
I-
killed both of them because he set up the first dude's body.
Yeah, because
Killed
the
the
first
other
dude
guy.
body was his
Yeah.
head was burning,
It was
while
the
the other guy was
jack-o'-lantern.
cleaning the shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the other dude.
Yeah, and
That was a
then-
gruesome kill. I
Then
like
later
that
on,
kill.
like earlier in the movie, when the girl's sister, our new final girl, is driving there, she's listening to a police report that talks about 2 bodies found at a pizzeria.
Yeah.
So confirmed that they're both killed. But yeah, so after the final girl and him are like the only 2 left alive, they do this long chase scene, and it ends with her at the garage door, like about to leave, and he runs her over. And then the police show up finally and find him basically eating her face, is how they described it. Like, she's still alive, but he's like crouched down in front of her, like peeling stuff off her face and eating her.
We should have introduced the beginning scene.
Yeah, because the beginning is
The beginning
like, the
scene-
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like in the movie, entire movie starts off with this interview girl doing an interview with somebody who has a very messed up face.
Very fucked up face.
And then after the interview, she goes back to her dressing room, which is a really shitting, like, it looks like a horror dressing room. Like,
Yeah.
like, it looks like a dressing room in the back of an alley or something like that. And, like, she's,
And-
like, doing her makeup, talking to her boyfriend, talking about how, like, ugly she was and, like, how she almost
talking
puked.
some real shit
Yeah.
about the girl she just interviewed.
And then she hangs up the phone. She hears a sound in the dressing room, and it's the girl, and
She kills her. She
doesn't kill her.
No, she doesn't.
No,
kill her.
it cuts
She
off right there.
She tackles her to the
And,
ground
like, squishes
and
her eyes
literally
in.
Oh, yeah, and-
like squeezes her eyes out of her
But
head.
like she's still alive, so like she's gonna
Yeah.
be just as messed up as her,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And she didn't just squeeze out her eyes; she like fucked up her face.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
and
because
like
she
there's
wanted her to be like
there's
her.
the one scene that it like basically cuts out on where it's like an overhead shot of the girl laying on the ground, the interviewer, and like her eyes are like separated
Yeah.
out of her head, and she's just gasping, and it's like, damn. It's like that's the first 5 minutes of the movie. And I was
that's
like,
what
damn,
got me
this
hooked.
movie's gonna be
Like,
good.
I always-
And then the rest of the movie happens.
whenever I watch a random movie on, like, a whim or something like that, I always, like, stick it with it for, like, 15 minutes, and honestly, if I'm bored, I'll change it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm glad that happened, because, like, I didn't get bored.
Yeah. I feel like if it would have just started with the 2 girls, I would not have watched it.
Yeah. I would have been like, this was however, when they did introduce the clown, I kind of would have been interested.
I would have been like,
If the
interested a
pizzeria
little
guys
bit.
had died before, if the clown was not introduced for the first 15 minutes, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Also, I thought originally, because in the Netflix like screenshot of it, when you go to like that screen where it's like play more
Mhm.
episodes or like
Yeah.
that little synopsis screen, it shows like. It shows him like building his weapons, but it also shows the pesticide dude like standing in front of the building. So I thought he was the killer at first, and I thought he like was just making all the weapons in the beginning and stuff. So, but
yeah,
I was
anyway, so the police get there, he's eating her face, and they go to like arrest him or just shoot him on sight. But they tell him to like raise his hands or whatnot, and he turns around and he has the pistol from earlier, and he shoots himself. So he's dead. And then they're like, oh my god, she's still alive, blah, blah, blah. And then the movie has like a time skip where she's like in a hospital recovering. And then she goes to leave and they talk about like, oh, have fun at your interview. It turns out she's the girl from the beginning. And then it cuts to a coroner's office. This movie should have ended like multiple scenes earlier.
yeah,
But it goes to the coroner's office where his body is, and he opens the body, and the body comes to life. And then
yeah.
that's where the movie
See,
ends.
I didn't.
That ruined like everything.
Yeah.
Like they should have just left him dead. Like they gave him a supernatural aspect to him, and
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
clearly was not supernatural.
No. It's
Like, 'cause he
they
was
should
getting
just,
hurt.
Yeah, they should have just stuck with him being a normal dude who's
Normal-
fucking gone.
Yeah, I think that would have been a lot funnier.
But But anyway,
Okay,
that's
so
that's
that was like
Terrifier.
a 20-minute freaking plot.
I mean, you got to summarize.
Summarized my ass.
Yeah.
We gotta get all the good details.
Yeah, so now they know when we talk shit about it why we're talking shit about it. And now they can
so
talk about shit.
Now we
with
can
us.
go about the basics. Acting. What'd you think about the acting?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Awful. Didn't like
Left-
the clown's acting was good.
The only
That's the
acting
only one.
I enjoyed was him being more mimish than a clown because
Yeah.
he didn't do anything, and the pesticide dude.
Oh, I like. Yeah, the pesticide dude did act like he acted exactly
he felt
how.
relatable.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, you're just doing your job. Yeah, I get it.
And like nobody would be paying attention to like headphones, just doing your
Yeah.
job, like chilling out.
Yeah, if I had to do that late at night, I would be doing the same thing, just kicking back,
Yeah.
just
Also,
relaxing while doing it.
I would probably refuse to go to like that like sketchy, nasty apartment building though. Like that place was gross, even
Yeah.
not in the garage.
It was not a good place, and I was like, that's some shit work.
I don't know how like that building gets away with like federal regulations and stuff.
So special effects.
It was all right.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was all right. It's
Um,
like I felt like, of course, I feel like this movie was like made by up and coming filmmakers.
Well,
I guess is the way I would describe it.
It was a Netflix titled film, so like probably.
Yeah, like I feel like it definitely wasn't professionally
Yeah,
produced.
but like knowing that it wasn't professionally produced,
It was all right.
I like it better knowing it's not professionally produced. Because if it was professionally produced, then it would be. I would not give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
But
I feel like while I was watching it, the weird feeling I got was I felt like this was like a college film that a college
like a
group
Halloween
was
project
making
or
for
something.
a Halloween project, and the people doing it had a knack for creating gore effects,
Yeah,
and that's the felt.
like it was like
that's
the
feeling
gore.
I got.
It was like the art department's gore
yeah,
department.
because there was a lot in there.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of what kept it alive, though. So
Yeah, that's what made it interesting was
Yeah.
the fact that it had so much gore for this movie, and you're just like, I wonder what the next gory scene's gonna look like.
That's why I kept watching it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I just saw a girl get sawed in half. How more fucked up can
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
get?
exactly. Writing. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go back. I hated the first black hair girl. I hated her acting so much. Like
She was terrible.
she seemed like she was forcing herself a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's like
She
normal.
almost everything she said with a straight face.
Yeah.
It was pissing me off.
Like the blonde girl like was a better actor because like she was playing a drunk pretty well.
Yeah, but
So-
of course,
But she was a
I
dick.
felt her acting was a little cringy.
It was pushed. I think it was pushed. Like
Yeah.
she seemed like she was pushing it real hard.
Mhm.
But like the other one seemed like she wasn't pushing it hard enough.
Yeah, her
The sisters was the best,
yes.
other than the clown
Mhm.
and the pesticides dude.
Yeah, I feel like she was.
She was the most like normal, like
It
she's the
felt
most
normal.
She was a
watching
college
her.
student doing her midterms and annoyed with her roommate, and I was like, okay, I'll come pick you up and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Her acting was the most normal.
Yeah.
The pesticide was the most relatable, and
especially
everyone
with
else
her
was-
reactions with like everything. Like,
Yeah.
you could see it in her face. Like, she was pretty messed up about that.
Mhm.
And then you can't really see anything in her face afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. Is there a face to see something on? But
You can like Sharpie like
Sharpie, her
some
expression.
eyes, yeah.
Right,
The-
a sad face.
So the writing.
I felt like a very stereotypical plot where it's like two college girls.
You just
or
get attacked
person.
by a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I'm tired.
Talk about the movie.
but writing was like, what's the word for it's like something par?
Subpar.
Subpar, yeah.
Yeah,
It was subpar.
it was subpar. Yeah,
What
I don't
else
know.
is there really?
we already talked about
Best
all
scene.
that. Best scene.
Girl getting sawed in half.
when he revealed himself wearing the girl's chest and hair.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
The credits.
It's over. It's finally over.
That movie dragged on for way too long. Like
I seriously thought it was going to end like 3 or 4 times. So I was like, oh, okay, we're done. And then it just keeps going. You're like, wait,
when I
more?
say the movie dragged on, it's not because it was too long. The movie was actually like only
It was like an hour and a half,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it
it's
was
not that
relatively
long.
short. It's one of those movies that the way they edited the last like 30 minutes of it made you think it was going to end at 5 different points. And
Maybe
those kind of movies piss me off because it's like, if you're going to end, just fucking end already.
Maybe they couldn't figure out a good ending, so they just kind of like bounced around ideas.
They like.
I feel like I feel like the
here.
interview thing was not put in until after they made the movie. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the interview thing was like that's how they're ending it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, let's make a cliffhanger just in case it does good. And it's like
just in case
you shouldn't
for
have done
future
that
sequels.
Yeah, no.
because that ruined your ending. So
It would have been better. It would have been better if corner scene not included ended when it revealed that she's the lady.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like on that screen, because literally when she turns around in her wheelchair, the screen freezes on her face,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And
it
that's when
dissolves,
it should
and
have
then
ended.
goes to
The corner.
the corners. It should have freezed on her face, ended credits.
However, I would have been okay if they would have added that. If I would have been okay with that if when she killed her in the like they showed the full scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like is her eyes gouged out and everything like that right from the beginning, because like it cut off, right?
Yeah.
So like show that scene in the beginning. That way it gets everybody hooked on like the gore and aspect of it, and then at the end. That's the big reveal that she is the person from the beginning who gouged out that interviewer's eyes.
Yeah.
So like I think that, and then like you said, stop when it like freeze framed on her face.
Yeah.
Because it already showed the whole interview like in the beginning. So
yeah,
it would have
went through the whole interview in the first 10 minutes of the
So
movie.
it would have been that would have honestly been like a perfect ending for it, as good as it can get.
Instead of bringing him back to life.
Instead of bringing him back to life.
That was so dumb. I was like thinking about that too when he was in the coroner's office and he's like unzipping the body bags. I was like, he's gonna be alive. He's gonna be alive.
I was like, God, every time there's a coroner's office and the serial killer's dead, the serial killer's never dead.
Yeah.
Except
Saw.
I was about to mention Saw, but even in Saw, like he still had a tape in his stomach and like it was still going on. So like technically he was still living on.
It's just like, okay. This we had enough.
Yeah.
So recommend, yes or no?
No.
No.
I would recommend it as if you're bored and have nothing to watch movie.
Either that or like if you and your friends are like horror movie people like
a
us.
bad horror movie night or something like that. Like
if you want to watch some bad horror movies, watch that one.
Yeah.
I feel like every movie we do like an individual review on, we fucking shit on it. Like I just noticed that like every time I'm sitting here like talking, I'm just sitting here spewing shit.
We're on professional critiques. That's what we're supposed to do.
It's just so
it's
that
like
way,
we love the horror genre, but we're gonna bag on it all the time.
If you watch so many horror movies, you expect a certain level of like goodness.
Did we film that episode yet? Where what we hate about the horror genre? Did we film that?
No, we haven't filmed that one yet.
Are you sure? I feel like we filmed it.
Find out next episode.
I don't know. We still have a couple we need to edit and get out there, so we'll check it out.
A little tease for the far future.
No, we did film that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we filmed it.
That was our last one that we did. We still have to get up.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
It's
tease.
It's in the process.
It's in the process. This will come out before that.
Yeah. So this episode obviously is going to come out like today, so you can timestamp it. But right now, currently, as of filming, we have like 8 more episodes of the podcast that we're gonna edit and release on a weekly schedule. Hopefully,
yes, we're gonna get back on track here.
And one of the episodes that we recently filmed is so we talk about how much we love the horror genre, and yet, like we mentioned, we sit here shitting on it. So we decided to do an episode where we talk about what we hate about the horror genre, and that was an interesting episode.
Stupid people.
Stupid people is going to be the center of the
center of the
you'll hear us talk about a lot.
Why are people so stupid in horror movies?
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
It's not that
okay,
hard.
like I'm getting triggered.
Okay, so this is like a half-hour freaking review instead of 10 minutes.
That's a normal thing.
It's a normal thing.
It's the makeup for like
for
not
being
having
gone for so
episodes
long.
for like 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, it's been like more than
I know.
a month.
I'm trying to make it less bad.
Yeah, but yeah, so anyway, stick around to see us get back on track and release the new episodes per weekly or whatnot. And yeah, like, subscribe, click the links below, and keep ghouling.